If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
This is Ronnie O'Neal, accused of beating his ex-girlfriend, Kenyatta Williams, to death. He also attacked his daughter, Ronavea, with a hatchet, killing her. Then he stabbed his son, Ronnie IV, who managed to get away. He was the sole survivor of the incident. O'Neal was arrested after he called 911 on himself. He was charged with 6 counts, including 2 of first-degree murder and 1 of attempted murder. He pleaded not guilty and went to trial, where he chose to represent himself.
I'm pleading not guilty to the charges of premeditated murder, attempted murder, aggravated child abuse or battery, arson, resisting arrest without violence.
Williams acted less like a lawyer and more like he was auditioning for a dramatic movie.
The evidence is going to show that we are under some of the most vicious, lying, fabricating, fictitious government you ever seen.
He claimed that the evidence against him was made up.
And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof.
Besides yelling his opening statements, he also cross-examined his son, whom he had tried to kill.
Did you see me beat your mom?
No.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
Earlier, Ronnie's son had taken the stand as a witness for the prosecution and claimed that he had seen him attack his sister.
Did he do something to your sister?
Yes, he hit her with an axe. And then in the back, and the back, and then the head. And then I saw her eyes roll, and then
Because he was the prosecution's witness, Ronnie's lawyer had the option to cross-examine him, and since Ronnie was his own lawyer, it created a unique situation where he got to question his own son.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
He stabbed me.
That was the nail in Ronnie's coffin, at least for the attempted murder charge, but he had a surprise up his sleeve, which he revealed during the closing statements.
You will know the truth, whether in this trial or the next one. Better believe it. 'Cause if you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
All right, Mr. O'Neal, please stop using swearing language. It's not appropriate in a closing argument.
A bulk of his closing argument revolved around a recording that the prosecution had presented.
He showed you a fraudulent recording where they allege that I beat Kenyatta Barron to death.
He insisted that the recording was fabricated.
Because he's playing a fraudulent damn recording of me beating Kenyatta Barron 15 damn times when that did not happen.
It seemed like he was going to simply deny the prosecution's version and claim innocence, but then came the twist.
You heard Khalil Brown. He said that he was actually sure that I only hit Kenyatta Barron 3 times. You heard. I called him to tell you that. I ain't running from nothing. They didn't call Khalil Brown to tell you that. I did. You have to ask yourself why that is. Because I want you to know the actual facts. I did kill Kenyatta Barron. But I want you to tell it like it is if you're going to tell it.
And because of that, it didn't take long for the jury to reach a verdict.
We, the jury, find as follows as the count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. The defendant did actually possess and discharge a firearm causing death. We, the jury, find as follows as the count 2 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder, premeditated murder, and felony murder.
At his sentencing, Ronnie created yet another scene.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
His statement was hurtful, but it was his legal right to make it. However, Judge Michelle Sisco decided that she had had enough of him shouting in the courtroom.
Mr. O'Neal,
All right.
Listen, stop.
All right.
Listen to me.
I'm not
going to raise your voice again.
I'm not going to raise my voice again. I'm not.
I will have you removed from this courtroom. I can sentence you without you being present.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't conduct
I
yourself.
understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
After that brief interruption, he went back to his statement.
But I will say, I'm sorry for your loss.
Then, it was Judge Sisco's turn to speak, and she pulled no punches.
I've seen human beings killed at the hands of others in every way imaginable. You name it, I've seen it. Shootings, stabbings, drownings, suffocatings, blown apart by cars, some DUI manslaughter cases, horrible things. This is the worst case I have ever seen as far as the facts go.
She claimed that she was on the verge of tears at one point in the trial.
Because there is no way any person with any feeling could have witnessed or seen the photos of what occurred that night and not be haunted for the rest of your life. I know I will be. For the rest of my life, I'll be haunted by what I saw as far as the evidence and just the abject cruelty of it all.
Still, Ronnie couldn't help but chime in.
The way that Ms. Barron died was horrific, and that 911 call, which captured truly all of it. You heard, and everyone who's heard that 911 call heard a death scream. If anybody ever wants to know what it sounds like before a human being dies, knowing that their death is imminent, that's exactly what it is. That was a death scream.
We're going to see if it's true.
But
Judge Sisco ignored the interruption and carried on with her remarks, which she concluded with a fitting judgment.
on count one, Mr. O'Neal, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison with a minimum mandatory of life in prison without the possibility of parole. Count two, I will adjudicate you guilty, and adjudicate you guilty on count one as well. Count two, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole, consecutive to count one. On count three, I'm going to sentence you on the attempted murder, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to life in prison, running consecutive to counts two and consecutive to count one.
Ronnie O'Neal didn't take his trial seriously and ended up with 3 back-to-back life sentences. But how does a judge react to a defendant who keeps interrupting him?
Forget the.
That's what happened in the case of James Ogalree, who felt like he deserved a lighter sentence for murder.
But at the end of the day, Your Honor, I'm already doing a long time in prison.
Ogalree was in prison for multiple crimes, including robbery and involuntary manslaughter, when he committed yet another crime.
But again, I took responsibility for my actions in those charges that I'm sentenced for. I took responsibility. I didn't want to make this all long, drawn out. I didn't want this for everybody that's present. I didn't want this.
This time, he beat a man to death. The body of his victim, Marquise Wetherington, wasn't found until the next day, and given that he had died from multiple injuries, including blunt force trauma, there was a chance he could have been saved. Tree alerted the authorities in a timely manner. With these facts, the prosecution had an easy time getting him convicted of murder.
And I know the court has sat through 2 trials in this case and is well aware of all of the facts, so I don't want to rehash those. But I do think what's important for the court to think about.
We've just sat through 3 full days of a jury trial. The jury has returned a verdict of guilty on all 3 counts from the indictment.
Everyone, including the judge, felt like Ogalree had been exceptionally cruel.
You exterminated 2 lives from this world. They're gone. They won't come back. This lady will never be able to hug her son again.
But there was one man who was still sympathetic towards him, his lawyer.
This man is not a monster. I know that it was not his intention to hurt this man or his family. I don't know that we're ever going to know the full truth of what took place that day, but I think that Mr. Ogalree is being truthful when he said that he had no problems with Mr. Wetherington.
Besides claiming that Ogalree didn't mean to kill Wetherington, the lawyer kept pushing to delay his sentencing, not just by an hour, but by a whole week.
I have had contact with my client's family. He has a sister that's called me. I've spoken with his paramour. They are indicating they would like to be present. They are coming from the Cleveland area. They were not able to be here today. I told them I request a continuance. They indicated they'd be able to be here on Monday or Tuesday of next week. And so I am placing that request on the record. I understand logistically there's another family involved, and I understand that, but I did want to make that request for the record. And further, I've been discussing with my client. He's requesting that the court complete a PSI.
PSI stands for Pre-Sentence Investigation, and requesting it was yet another tactic to delay Ogletree's sentence. But it did not work.
All right, that request is denied. We will proceed with sentencing now. I don't see a need for having a pre-sentence investigation. The court has sat through the testimony of this case. The court is aware of Mr. Ogletree's prior record and his current prison sentence, so I don't see a need for a pre-sentence investigation, so that request is denied.
After that, the court heard from the victim's mother.
Marquise Wetherington, he was more than just my child. He was my firstborn, pride, my joy. While he has made mistakes in life, he still had dreams, hopes, and so much life ahead of him. And all that was stolen in an instant.
She went on to describe how the loss had affected her.
The day I learned my son had been murdered, my world shattered. Every day I wake up with a hole in my heart. I can no longer hear his laughter, hug him when I need comfort or see.
She realized that her son had died as a prison inmate and wanted to convey that he was much more than that.
Can break me, Your Honor. I want you to understand that my son was not just a troublemaker. He was a beloved son, father, grandson, brother, friend. His life mattered. He deserved the chance to live and grow and fulfill his potential, and was close to getting out and doing this.
She concluded her statement, requesting the maximum possible sentence for Ogletree.
My hope is that justice will be served, and not that any other family will have to experience the kind of loss from these defendants.
Then, it was Ogletree's turn to speak. But before that, his lawyer decided to make a case for his character.
A couple of things. First, I want to state that I know the court's aware throughout this case, I've spent a good amount of time with Mr. Ogalree. I've gotten to know him, gotten to know his family, and I think I can say definitively this man is not a monster. I know that it was not his intention to hurt this man or his family. I think it speaks to his character also. We spoke more than once about the victim's family and about him wanting the victim's family to know what took place and to know who was responsible.
After implying that Ogletree wasn't the real culprit behind Wetherington's death, the lawyer turned towards his family.
Obviously, this entire situation was horrible and a tragedy, and we are so sorry to the victim's family. With that being said, Your Honor, this was nearly 2 years ago, and I do think that Mr. Ogletree has started to make that change that I was just speaking about, and that I know that he wants to do. And I just hope that the court recognizes that, takes that into consideration. Additionally, I will reiterate, I know the court's aware he's in prison currently until 2043. I would just ask the court to issue an appropriate sentence that would perhaps permit Mr. Ogletree in his old age to have some taste of freedom.
Then Ogletree had his turn, and what he said left the judge shaking his head in disbelief.
Mr. Ogletree, is there anything you'd like to say before I sentence you?
Yes, Your Honor. First and foremost, I want to apologize to the family because I never got a chance to. Even though I'm not even going to sit and make excuses for myself. I just want to apologize because don't nobody deserve to be through that. And I was sorry. I'm sorry you would put you through this, man. I'm sorry. Sincerely, through my heart,
Ogletree apologized to the victim's family while maintaining that someone else had killed him.
I took accountability. I copped out to my actions. This one, I feel like the person who was really involved, he slid her away. So I wanted to take accountability. I did. I wanted to cop out. But I wanted the person who was really involved to take accountability first.
He claimed to have a small part in Wetherington's death, but kept warning them about another inmate who he claimed was the main culprit.
I never had a problem with your son, man. I'm sorry if I never had a problem with your son, man. I know you was familiar with coming and shit, like, they're from the same city. He's told me he was friends with your son. Like, he is not to be trusted. That's something. And I want to warn you that because you deserve to know that.
After that, he turned towards the judge and requested leniency.
But at the end of the day, Your Honor, I'm already doing a long time in prison. I'm already doing a long time. I'm looking to get home and I'm 50-something. So that's already deprived of my life. My children's life, I have children too. I'm already deprived from them. So, I know they looking for justice, but
instead of showing remorse over what he had done, he demanded pity for the position he was in.
I'm already deprived of my life, you know? I'm already looking to come home old. Like, I don't like, at this point, I'm thinking like, any time farther than that, like, I'm not even looking forward to coming home anymore. So, it's like, what do I do from here? Like,
but he got no sympathy from Judge Timothy N. Tepe, who was more focused on the victim's family.
I honestly don't know how I can, in any way, no matter what my sentence is, provide comfort and justice to Mr. Wetherington's family. After this, and the court does believe, after sitting through 2 trials and hearing from the jury yesterday, that you were involved in this, that you did, in fact, beat Mr. Weathering to the point of his death. I have no doubt about that.
The reason he was so sure was that he had seen CCTV footage during the trial showing Ogalree walking out of Wetherington's cell just minutes after he was killed.
Your actions on the video immediately following that shows no remorse. I don't know how you could have any type, how you could be involved in something like this and not be affected to your core that you've just taken a man's life. And this isn't the first time that you've taken someone's life. This is second time that you've killed another human being, and now you want me to have sympathy on you because your life is now ruined. You exterminated 2 lives from this world. They're gone.
Just as Judge Tepe got emotional, Ogalree decided to interrupt him.
This lady will never be able to hug her son again. Forget the.
I did not.
Listen to me. You had a chance to talk uninterrupted by anybody. Now, if you have something else to say, I'll give you a chance. But once I start speaking, I do not expect to be interrupted. Are we clear on that?
I apologize.
Okay. Is there something else you want to say?
He took that chance to once again imply his innocence.
I apologize. When somebody try to tell you you did something, and you ain't do it, it's hard for me to just like.
Well, again, here's the problem, Mr. Ogalree. You can't in one breath say, I wanted to take accountability, I'm sorry for the family, and then in the next breath say, I didn't do anything. That's not how this works. So either you are accountable or you're not. The jury has spoken. The 12 members of that jury found you guilty of these offenses. So I quite frankly agree with the jury, so I'm not going to even dispute this with you. Is there anything else you want to say? And then after this, do not interrupt me again. Is there something else you want to say?
I thought you was giving me a time. The reason why I just was still talking because I thought you just asked me that same question.
I'm not asking questions. I'm making observations right now.
After that back and forth, the judge announced his sentence.
All right, on count 1, the court will order that you serve a sentence of 15 years to life. On the repeat violent offender specification, the court will order you to serve 10 years, that to be served consecutive. On the aggravated robbery, the court will order you to serve 11 years to 16 and a half years in prison.
James Ogalree wanted mercy after killing 2 people, but didn't get any from Judge Tepe. But what happens when another defendant uses a different strategy with the same judge?
Please let me go. I still got to go to Hamilton County and deal with the misdemeanor there. Please just let me out of here.
That's what happened in the case of Laith Burlesen, who had written the judge an angry letter.
And your response was, probation, I'm not speaking to them.
Burlesen appeared in Judge Teppe's court for his sentencing after he had been found guilty of assault.
I said the same thing. I was wrong then. I'm wrong now. I should have never been in that position with this woman. I should have never been arguing with somebody at 11 o'clock at night. That's on me. I am guilty of that. Absolutely.
But that wasn't his only wrongdoing. He had also written an insulting letter to the judge, for which his lawyer tried to immediately apologize.
Frankly surprised at the letter that he had sent to you. I don't know that, I think that he wants to discuss that, but essentially what I want you to know is that he's had a very tough time of it very recently. His mother died. He was living in his mother's home over in Hamilton. That home got sold, and when it got sold, he had to live out of his car hotel.
Burlesen's lawyer tried to explain away the poor decision by pinning it on Burlesen's bad circumstances. Then Burlesen got his chance to speak, and he too adopted the same strategy.
I'm sorry about the letter. I was angry. I admit that. Not at you, more at myself and the situation. I lost everything, Judge, all the way down to the picture of my daughter, who's no longer with me, I'll never see again, and I literally can't see her face. That bothers me tremendously. I mean, it eats me up.
His pity party extended to his mother and even his pets.
I still owe him court costs. I lost everything. I had to peddle my mother's things just to do that, to come to court, Uber fees and stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want you to have sympathy on me for that. I'm not justifying it. My dog, my cat, everything's gone.
Then he concluded with a straightforward request.
Please let me go. I still got to go to Hamilton County and deal with the misdemeanor there. You know, my sister's 1,000 miles away trying to help me. Please just let me out of here.
After that, it was Judge Timothy Teppe's turn to speak.
At some point, Mr. Burlesen, I don't understand, just in reviewing your record, I mean, this is, you have some pretty serious cases that you picked up down in Florida.
Yes, sir.
Burglaries, attempted burglaries, robbery.
It was clear that he didn't buy Burlesen's sob story.
It's time for you to start obeying the law, and this whole attitude that you have that the law doesn't apply to you. You tried to manipulate this case. You tried to manipulate the witness in this case, and you can deny it all you want, but the evidence was very clear that you tried to coerce her into dropping these charges. You know, I'm actually quite surprised that the prosecutor didn't try to charge you with an additional felony for that.
But just as he was about to announce the sentence, he made a mistake.
The purposes and the principles of sentencing, which I take into consideration, one of the things is the seriousness of this. The victim in this case is dead through no fault of yours. Did you have something else you want to say?
Dead? The victim's dead?
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that.
I misspoke.
I'm sorry.
I misspoke.
Laith Burlesen had assaulted a woman after getting into a heated argument with her. That woman was alive, but the judge had confused her with another victim from a different case.
I'm thinking of Miss Hyatt's case.
I was going to say, you're confusing your cases, I think, Judge.
I retract that.
While the judge was trying to recover from his error, Burlesen took the opportunity to make another statement.
I'm just asking you to let me out to go to work, to rebuild. I'm not shunning that responsibility, Judge. I'm guilty.
Judge Teppe wasn't convinced by Burlesen's show of remorse because he had in front of him the statements he had made earlier.
When asked about the case, you said, if there was a victim in the case, Mr. Burlesen answered, yes, me, I'm a victim.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Burlesen, is there anything else that you want to tell me? Because get it out now, because once you're done and it's my turn to speak, I don't appreciate being interrupted. Again, this is just part of your whole attitude, and I'm going to get to it here in a second. Your whole attitude towards authority, your whole attitude towards the system, it's just, you need to change it, because you're always going to end up in this situation. And again, you do not garner much sympathy from the court when you continue to act this way. So is there something else you want to say?
No.
After Burlesen confirmed that he had nothing else to say, The judge went back to his earlier statement.
When asked if there was a victim in the offense, Mr. Burlesen answered, yes, me, I'm a victim. She obstructed, she perjured, she is free. I lost everything. She fed me months of arrest. I'll not apologize for it. This whole system is full of shenanigans and is disgusting.
He concluded that with a question for the defendant.
So how do I reconcile that with your coming in here saying, oh yes, I've admitted my guilt, I was wrong. How do I reconcile that with what your words are?
Burlesen went back to his initial excuse.
I was angry, Judge. I lost everything. I was just angry. There was a video. I did walk away. I did get punched, spit in my face, slapped, hit, my property destroyed. That did happen. It doesn't justify nothing. But it did happen. I was angry, Judge. And I can tell you, I'm sorry.
That might have worked if it were not for his earlier statements.
That they had some follow-up questions for you, and your response was, fuck probation. I'm not speaking to them. Then you called back and you answered the questions. This is for pretrial. Asked if you'd be willing to comply with all orders of the court if granted community control. Your response was, I will not do community control unless it is non-reporting.
Burlesen tried denying and apologizing his way out of his previous statements.
Didn't write ever anything about probation or whatever that was. I don't know what that's about. I mean, again, I'm no position to sit here and say, hey, it's just a misdemeanor. Judge, all I'm saying is, I'm not going to say anything because I obviously get myself in more trouble here. Look, I'm sorry. I'll leave it at that. I was angry.
Then, Judge Tepe delivered the final word.
Mr. Burlesen, I'm not going to supervise you. I'm not going to waste everybody's time. You clearly don't want help. I don't think that putting you at this point in time in an inpatient treatment facility that you're going to like that or that you're going to want that. So I'm just going to order you to serve 136 days in the Warren County Jail. You'll get credit for the 76 days you've already served, and then you will be terminated.
Laith Burlesen tried to apologize his way out of trouble. But how does a judge react when a defendant repeatedly swears at her?
He's a tough guy now. But I think
Because that's what happened when inmate Michael Gaines appeared before a judge for his sentencing.
I think Mr. Gaines has forfeited
I'm ready to go.
He had been charged with battery for spitting at a cop when he knew he had HIV.
You're a tough guy.
He's a maggot, punk. You should have died when you was a baby. Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk. You're a maggot. You should have died when you was a baby.
Gaines insisted that the charge was exaggerated and repeatedly talked over the judge.
We do respect authority. You're not respecting my authority.
You're not respecting me, okay? Well, respect goes both ways. You're just a woman with a robe on. You're a woman, human being, just like I am, okay? All that criminal.
That was just the first curse word Gaines had uttered, and it was one of many that would follow.
Do you really think it's appropriate to cuss here in court?
Do you think it's appropriate to sentence me under this racial program you got going here? You call it justice? Justice. Yeah, okay, justice.
The judge was left speechless for a while and ultimately went back to Gaines's charge sheet. Gaines insisted that officers were lying and even acting like thugs, but got the benefit of the doubt because of their uniform, and he brought up another inmate to make his point.
All the evidence shows that you deliberately.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I know
the words were that you deliberately were hawking up.
Bullshit. I didn't hawk up no saliva, okay? And you're gonna believe those lies. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't hawk up no saliva. You're gonna believe a lie because they wearing uniform.
Then Gaines turned towards the prosecutor and was interrupted by the judge, who raised her voice. And Gaines did not like that.
Wearing a uniform, right? Rogue deputy.
Look at me.
Just like Eagle. You ain't gotta scream at me. You gonna raise your voice at me?
Oh my God.
You raise your voice to me, I raise my voice to you. You just.
The prosecutor saw this opportunity to make a point about how Gaines was out of control.
I appreciate Mr. Gaines making my point for
you punk.
Very well received.
Maggot mother.
And I don't think I have to take insults from.
I know. You. Use a.
He's a tough guy now.
You's a
But I think
you's a and you'll be a after I get sentenced,
I think Mr. Gaines is forfeited to me.
This turned into a back and forth where Gaines kept insulting the prosecutor, who kept egging him on.
I'm ready to go. I was ready to go. You punk.
I'm talking
You.
Take out of the courtroom.
You's a maggot.
Yeah, you're a tough guy.
You's a maggot, punk. You should have died when you was a baby.
Even as the deputies walked Gaines out, he kept cursing out the prosecutor.
Maggot.
Anytime, Mr. Gaines.
Shut up, punk. You's a maggot. You should have died when you was a baby. Stillborn.
A few hours later, he was sentenced to 13 years in prison. Michael Gaines got into a shouting match with the prosecutor after cursing out the judge. But how does a judge react when a defendant starts flirting with him?
It's not a joke, you know, we're not in a club now. Okay, but
That's what happened during the arraignment of Penelope Sodto, who was in court on drug possession charges.
Serious, alright?
You just made me laugh. I apologize.
Sodto had approached officers and confessed to having Xanax bars under no pressure. She seemed to be high on said Xanax when she made that confession. Officers searched Sodto and found 3 mini bags full of Xanax bars, after which she was charged with possession, but she wasn't done getting herself in trouble. At her arraignment, she decided to flirt with the judge, and she had this energy right from the beginning when Judge Jorge Rodriguez Chomot called her name.
Morning, Sodto, you're being charged with possession of Xanax and B-A-R-S. I don't know what that is. What is
Bars. Xanax bars. How they refer to them.
Xanax bars.
After correcting the judge about Xanax bars, Sodto continued to be playful throughout the proceedings.
Sodto, you working?
Yes.
How much money are you making a week, approximately?
Approximately about $200 a week.
Okay, and do you own any property of value? A house, a car, a bank account, significant amounts of jewelry?
Yes.
What do you own?
I own a lot of jewelry, all right.
That's when Judge Chomot decided to dig deeper, and things got out of hand.
How much would you say your jewelry is worth? It's not a joke, you know, we're not in a club now.
Okay, but it's, you know,
Hey, well,
kind
you
of,
see,
you know,
we are not in a club. Be serious about it.
I'm serious about it.
You're
You
being
just
very.
made me
I can
laugh.
see you're serious, all right.
You just made me laugh. I apologize.
The question was meant to help the judge set a fair bail for Sodto, but she kept giving vague answers.
It's all right. How much is your jewelry worth?
It's worth a lot of money.
Like what?
Like Rick Ross.
Huh?
It's worth
Ma'am?
money.
Have you had any kind of drugs in the last 24 hours?
Actually, no.
At that point, a public defender asked the judge to appoint him as Sodto's lawyer to move things quickly, but the judge said she was too rich to need one.
I'll make it easy for the court, respectfully. I'll accept appointment at this time.
No, I'm going to appoint you because you own a lot of substantial amounts of jewelry. You can go and sell your jewelry for a private attorney. What is the standard bond?
Finally, it was time to decide her bond, and since Sodto had claimed that she had Rick Ross money, the judge decided to give her a Rick Ross bond.
Count 1 would be $5,000 per hour cost found. Count 2 would be ROR. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Judge Chomot called her back, and she obliged while laughing, but that smile would soon be wiped off her face.
Come back, ma'am. Come back. Come back. Give me the paper again. Count 1 would be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios.
Noticing the middle finger she had just flipped, Judge Chomot called her back yet again, and this time, her demeanor was a lot less flirtatious.
Come back again. Come back again. Bring him back again. I believe I heard you saying to...
Yes, I did. I'm not going to.
I believe you... Did you say...
Actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you did say that? I find you in direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
Okay, that's fine. With no credit.
30 days in the county jail.
I believe that she is represented by the public defender. I don't know if
With no credit.
It's not being represented by the public defender.
Okay.
The public defender chimed in once again, hoping to rescue Sodto.
Mr. Snyder, when you tell the court in open court, you, I mean, that's criminal contempt.
Judge, I'm just asking if Your Honor would consider appointment, that's all I'm asking.
I'll appoint you.
I'm sorry?
I do appoint you.
As soon as he got appointed to Sodto's case, the public defender got to work convincing the girl to apologize.
Just the defendant herself would like to make a public apology to the court for her ill-advised, inconsiderate behavior at the time of the bond hearing.
And he pulled off a miracle, as Sodto appeared to have a serious change of heart.
My behavior was very irrational, and I apologize not only to the court and you, but to my family.
I don't make you laugh, but it's all right.
And I normally don't act like that.
Let me ask you a question. Did you use Xanax? Did you take any Xanax Sunday?
Yes, I did.
How many?
2.
2?
After realizing that her behavior was influenced by drugs, Judge Chomot softened up and walked back his initial penalty.
Considering that she has admitted that on Sunday, a few hours before the bond hearing, where I found her in a criminal contempt of court, she had 2 Xanaxes, and the apology that the defendant has made, I am going to vacate the judgment of contempt and also set aside, cancel, or end the remaining of your county jail sentence.
Penelope Sodto flirted her way into a 30-day sentence and apologized her way out of it. But how does a judge react when the defendant keeps interrupting her?
Don't talk over. I'm about to sentence you to prison, and how you keep talking over me is about to start adding years onto that.
That's what happened in Judge Raquel West's court, where defendant Devon Atkins was called to defend her probation.
And Ms. Atkins is on probation for the third-degree felony offense of injury to an elderly person.
Atkins had pleaded guilty to the offense and had been released on probation on the condition that she would get help for her mental health issues.
The main thing is her mental health. She refuses to address that. We've made appointments for her with Spinal Tap, and she didn't attend the appointments. She's 100% when she was out unmedicated. So that kind of interfered with her completing her services. And she maintained contact with the victim.
Because of those factors, Atkins was brought before Judge Raquel West, who had the power to cancel her probation and send her to prison.
At this time, based on the testimony, I am going to find count 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8.
But before moving forward with her decision, Judge West wanted to make sure that the defendant had gotten an opportunity to get the mental health support that was part of her probation agreement.
Do you have anything to add that's not already in your report? So the main thing I want to make sure, Ms. Cole, I have a notation here to ask is, you guys were aware of mental health issues and had opportunities for Ms. Atkins to participate in mental health services. Is that correct?
I made the appointments myself.
Okay.
Atkins had had ample appointments that she missed, so even her lawyer couldn't say much in her defense.
I have had conversations with her, and meaningful conversations with her, where she has addressed to me her desire to take advantage of those activities if those available to me. You know, she did understand that she had the safety opportunity. It didn't go well, but I don't think the mental health issues were addressed, mainly just substance abuse. At that point, I think if we can get a handle on that or get some work done with her to address the mental health issues, I think she'll do a lot better in this situation and can be able to lead this society.
I mean, it's hard when
Hold on.
someone's not taking patients.
Atkins repeatedly insisted that the hospital she was supposed to go to wasn't taking any patients.
So, Ms. Atkins, the problem is you're being given all the opportunities.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know if I told you, I had an appointment in Port Arthur because I cannot get into Bowman. They're not taking new patients.
Judge West pointed out that she had appointments scheduled in her name that she did not go to.
Well, it sounds like you had appointments that you missed that Ms. Cole made for you. What, did she go to regular Safe P or special? Hold on.
Special needs.
So she's already been to special needs Safe P. So you had an appointment that Ms. Cole set for you, at least one. How many?
Yeah, but it's not for medicine. It's for psycho. I'm not a psycho. I don't have those problems.
Atkins had confused psychological with psychotic.
You obviously, we don't know what you need because you won't even go do the evaluation. That it sounds like you haven't been on medication that would be, what?
Evaluation where?
At Spinal Top.
That's what I'm telling you. That's not, I don't have that. I'm not a psychopath. That is for...
It's psychopath. Nobody's saying you're a psychopath. But you have...
It's called PASS program. I'm not a psychopath.
That's not what it's called, and that's not the reason it's called that, okay? If you had gone to your appointment and talked to them, then you would know what that was for, and you would know that it was meant to help you so that you could get on medication, stabilize, and not have the issues that you've been having.
Atkins's lawyer had tried to explain her defiance as a result of her mental health problems, but the judge pulled up an earlier report that said differently.
And the finding is that Ms. Atkins is competent, understands the nature of the proceedings, and is then just really making a choice not to follow through with what programs have been given to you, Ms. Atkins, to try to help.
As Judge West was about to announce her decision, Atkins intervened yet again in an attempt to maintain her freedom.
So at this time, any recommendation as far as...
I have one more thing to say.
Okay.
She is not giving me the information needed to follow up with those type of things.
Okay, well, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Ms. Cole would never say go do something and not tell you where to go or help you get there.
No, she says she does not have a list of the community service.
I'm not worried about your community service. I'm worried about your mental health.
Atkins turned the judgment into a back and forth that would not stop.
That you're not doing what you need to, and you're still contacting the victim, and it's a serious case. And so I got to protect society, unfortunately, because you're not choosing to do the things that...
I was going to die, so I really didn't have much of a choice.
Okay.
Judge West powered through and reached the sentencing part of her verdict.
I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 4 and 5 freely and voluntarily. Again, I'm finding counts 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8 true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty.
Once again, Atkins intervened, this time resulting in a threat of extra prison time from the frustrated judge.
Don't talk over. I'm about to sentence you to prison, and how you keep talking over me is about to start adding years onto that. Stop talking. It's just going to get worse. Do you understand? Okay. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, I'm finding you guilty of injury to an elderly individual.
Atkins went silent, but only for a few seconds.
Sentence you to a term of 5 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. No.
I'm telling you, like, she thought, like, I could not get up there.
I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was...
I would like to speak to a detective.
This was not an agreement, and so you waived your right to appeal. I need you to sign that with her.
I gave you the hospital papers. I gave her everything.
I'm also handed you...
I have a doctor's appointment and everything. That's what I'm telling you.
I've got 5 more years that I could add on to that.
Oh, man.
I can give you up to 10. You need to stop talking so I can finish what I need to do.
Even that did not stop Atkins from talking back.
I'm not guilty. That's what I'm telling you. I did not have a choice. I went to the hospital and everything.
I'm handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against... I'm not, just listen to what I'm saying. If you'll listen for a minute, you'll understand. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition.
I don't have a gun, man.
Good, then you don't.
I'm the wrong person. I'm Devon Atkins. I don't have a gun.
I'm required to read that to everyone.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a gun.
Good, then you don't have to worry about that. Go back with the bailiff.
Thank you.
Devon Atkins could have received an additional 5 years from the judge she had annoyed. But how does a judge handle a defendant who is in court for threatening another judge?
Fucking take my kids from me and act like that? Fuck you and that fucking bitch.
That's what happened in the case of Alan McCarti Jr., who refused to stay silent in court.
I would like to be removed from this room. The judge threatened my life and I want to press charges.
It all started with a phone call to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, where McCarti tried to report a crime that was about to happen.
Communications, Warhurst.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid bitch. Because your stupid judges don't want to bring people to courtrooms.
He had an issue with the way things turned out in a custody dispute, but instead of appealing the verdict, he decided to threaten the judge's life.
I have a gun pointed at your building.
Sir, what is going on?
Who the you calling sir, you stupid bitch? Where's your judge warrant at? You gonna bring that bitch out in handcuffs and I'm gonna execute that son of a bitch right in the street. I'm letting you know I'm gonna shoot this bitch. You gonna give me my kids?
McCarti had made a direct threat to Judge Stacia Warren's life, so the operator had to report him immediately, but she did not know where he was.
Where are you at, sir?
I just told you I'm outside of her building waiting for her to get there in the morning. I'm gonna pop a cap in that bitch. You stupid.
It didn't take long for officers to identify and arrest him. Alan McCarti Jr. was charged with 2 counts of corruption by threat against a public official and 2 counts of threats or extortion, to which he pleaded not guilty.
Your full name? Alan McCarti Jr. You're a junior? You understand what's happening? All right. Recognizing you're not guilty. Fair enough? See you then. Thank you.
His demeanor was subdued, and he showed a lot of restraint, but things went downhill real quick.
I want to be removed from this room. You threatened my life. My daddy owns the building and I look like a idiot, huh? You
It all started with a single interruption, after which Judge Matt Foxman threatened to duct tape McCarti's mouth.
I'm going to tell you to be quiet. You need to be quiet. There's not going to be a second time. If there's a second time, I'm going to duct tape.
I'm going to tell you, you just threatened my life. Duct tape. Did everybody just hear that? You just threatened to duct tape me. Really? In the courtroom, a judge just threatened to duct tape me. You just said on record you're going to duct tape.
Duct taping is also slang for beating someone mercilessly, which is what McCarti believed the judge was threatening him with.
What you want to do is put that on the news. But like I said, y'all ain't going to sit here and you can put it on record. Y'all can hide the stuff if you want. You just said you were going to duct tape me. No, you did say you were going to duct tape. Let's take a record back.
The misunderstanding continued as Judge Foxman had no idea about the other meaning, while McCarti didn't know what he meant in the first place.
How about this? Let's talk about the record. I said I'm going to warn you once.
No, you said duct tape.
Yes, warn you once.
You said duct tape.
Yes. That's
So
what's
you're
gonna happen
admitting
after warning.
to duct tape.
Yeah. You want to know why? Because I want to protect your right. Because my other option is to put you in another room. But then you can't communicate with your attorney even in writing. And I don't like that. So I'd rather duct tape.
Duct tape.
McCarti became disruptive and refused to sit in front of the judge.
No, I refuse. He threatened to duct tape me. I refuse.
I didn't threaten.
Yes, you did. You admitted it on the thing. I'm scared.
I said if you don't behave,
then you're gonna duct tape me.
When he was made to sit forcefully, he kept talking over the judge.
This room, the judge threatened my life.
You have a
I am
constitutional
scared. I want to be removed.
If you don't.
I would like to be removed from this room. The judge threatened my life and I want to press charges.
You have a constitutional.
I have a constitutional right to press charges and you threatened my life. I want to be removed from this room. You threatened my life. I want to be removed. I'm in fear of you. I'm in fear of you right now and I want to be removed.
He was ultimately successful in getting removed from the courtroom.
I want to be removed. Thank you.
See you on Thursday for your trial.
Bring the dress. You look sweet.
But that's not where it stopped. In a later proceeding, he continued to be disruptive right off the bat.
Mr. President, he's under oath from the start of the trial.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand when I swear you in.
I'm not under oath.
Instead of raising his hand to be sworn in, McCarti had raised his middle finger.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that. But go ahead, I'm gonna swear.
You still going to threaten me like you did the other day?
Threaten you to participate here?
No, you threatened my life the other day.
He then went on a rant, claiming that the court had been unjust to him.
I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You want to allow my witnesses here? You want to allow my paperwork? Y'all took all my court paperwork. And when they all come in here, I'm going to say the same thing. So let's...
After that, he kept ordering the judge to bring the jury in.
Quit wasting my time and bring them in so I can tell them the same thing. Quit wasting my time and bring them in.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say. He was sworn in.
No, I was not sworn in.
Yes,
I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera back. He's making this up.
He's representing.
He is making this up. I was never sworn in. I have not been sworn in at all. You're a liar.
Thank you very much, sir. That being said, we're ready to go ahead and proceed with...
No, we are not.
So, that being said, number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
All right. Do you want to testify, though?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully. Y'all are you ain't allowing my evidence. You ain't allowing my people.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it.
Deny what?
Everything that I've asked.
Judge Foxen tried to move on, but McCarti kept disputing everything he said.
Every motion I put up, you've denied everything. You wouldn't even look at my first two motions.
I've looked at everything.
And I came here respectfully before you even started acting like a little my daddy owns the building.
The judge even ignored McCarti's swearing, but he did not stop being disruptive. McCarti went from protesting to straight up mocking the judge.
My daddy owns the building and I look like a idiot, huh? Brought your dress today, you little prick.
The judge did not silence McCarti even when he started yelling at him.
You take my kids from me and act like that? You in that bitch? You loud with me? Is that what you're gonna do?
No.
Well then do it again, come on.
But when he targeted the prosecutor, Judge Foxman could not allow that.
Shut the f*** up, I'm trying to think over here.
Other room, it's done. Yes, sir. Alan, we're gonna that through.
He kept ranting as he was being escorted out.
Motherfucker, take all my paperwork so I can't fucking show these people? You wanna take all my paperwork from me? Lock me in a cell all night?
McCarti had already said that he did not want to be in the courtroom.
Number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
But when the judge conveyed this to the jury, he got an unexpected surprise.
Mr. McCarti has chosen to voluntarily absent himself as opposed to doing other... Sorry, we got to deal with it, folks. I've chosen that room as opposed to duct tape.
The judge tried to explain the situation to the jury, but not without constant interruption from an exiled McCarti.
He can watch and hear what we're doing, and I'm going to allow him to confer with his attorney at the critical moments. But he's chosen to absent himself from the courtroom, just so you know. I've talked to him, if that's what you want to call a conversation, thus far.
In the end, Judge Foxman told the jury not to let the defendant's behavior affect their decision.
He has a voluntary right to be here, which he's been given. And he has a voluntary right not to be here, which he's chosen to exercise. We're to perceive nothing of that.
The jury took only 30 minutes to find him guilty, and a month later, he was brought in for sentencing.
System's on, everyone ready to go? Yes, sir.
Once again, McCarti wore his disrespect for the court like a badge, reading a book instead of being sworn in.
Sir, do you solemnly swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right, answer no, and no testimony would be accepted then.
At one point, Judge Foxman asked McCarti to defend his behavior during the trial, which led to yet another outburst.
You're before the court, Mr. McCarti.
What a bunch of guys, you stupid piece of
Then also,
You threatened my life, you
This time, he was removed immediately, though not without resistance.
in the
you
back room.
suck my No, I'm not standing.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting, I'm just not
Stand
standing.
up.
I'm not standing. I don't have to stand.
As he made eye contact with the prosecutor, McCarti wished ill on her unborn child yet again.
I hope you fall on that baby's head, you stupid never threaten that bitch. Freak, play back the shit, you stupid mother. Yeah, keep looking at me, boy.
He kept arguing with the officers in the other room, while the judge went over some of the profanities he had hurled at the prosecutor.
You also called your attorney in open court, and I apologize for the language and what was said. And it hurts me to say those things, but I heard them before.
When he was finally let out, he had a surprisingly pleasant exchange with a woman in the court gallery.
Don't touch me. These are a bunch of here. No, you're not taking my fingerprints. I'm not gonna let you.
McCarti left the court still cursing and threatening those around him.
That's right. Don't touch me, and don't never touch my kids. Give me my law paperwork. Don't ever my kids. You little keep staring. Come in the cell.
In the end, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Alan McCarti Jr. threatened 2 judges and a prosecutor within a week. But what makes a judge tape a defendant's mouth shut? That's what happened when Franklin Williams appeared in a Cuyahoga County court.
Shut your mouth, and I'll tell you when you can talk. You got it?
Williams had interrupted the judge over 30 times by that point, and continued to do so even when his lawyer was talking.
So at this point, I'm going to hear from your lawyers, and that means zip it.
But you're not letting me
That
tell you
means
what's going on.
zip it right now.
You trying to?
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
No. Does the comment quit talking? You understand that?
But no matter how the judge phrased it, Williams wasn't ready to stop talking.
Because you trying to take my life. Judge,
No.
And you not letting me tell you what's going on.
Take
It's
your
not
life
fair.
for what? What do you mean
It's not fair. You trying to take my life.
Finally, Judge John Russo had had enough and threatened to gag the defendant.
Listen to me. If we have to, I will gag you in 1 second. So listen, you will get a chance to talk. I'm gonna gag you in 1 second. So just listen to me. Zip it until I give you a chance to talk. You'll get a chance to talk. I am gonna give you a chance to talk.
Williams stopped talking for about half a minute before interrupting yet again.
Here it is again. So you said to me you understand this comment. Zip it. Right now.
Yeah, why don't you let it play about me getting shackled on the bus for a whole week? Let that play.
And when he kept talking, Judge Russo went back to his earlier threat.
Mr. Williams, be very simple to gag you. You'll get a chance to speak. So tell me.
Black women just walked in here.
Okay,
So I have not even been around.
Let's
None
go
of my
back.
peers.
I'm zipping.
This did not stop Williams, who kept talking over the judge.
And the jury came back with the verdict.
That's a violation of the HIPAA law, Judge.
Here we go. I'm gonna tape it, and then I'll unzip it when I want you to talk, because the young lady over here can't take down everything.
That's when Judge Russo decided to make good on his promise.
Now I'd like you to speak.
Mr. Williams, I want to make it real clear. If you spit on, attempt to bite, or injure any of my deputies, you're going to have a bad day.
None of that.
Are you
Put
clear?
the tape on me, man. We done with this shit.
Somehow, Williams started speaking even more clearly with the tape on his mouth.
That's what it is.
We'll go back on the record. Mr. Williams will have a chance to speak.
And I'll be monitoring everything I say.
He later gave an interview expressing how humiliated he felt having his mouth taped shut in a dehumanizing display.
So when they put the tape on my mouth, I felt so humiliated. I just felt like, wow, it's an abuse of discretion. Listening to the duct tape go, I still hear that at night.
The interviewer asked him why he did not stop talking when the judge initially threatened to gag him.
Because the judge would not allow me to talk and get the things that I was trying to say, on record. stop me before I was able to be able to explain anything on my behalf.
The judge apologized for taping his mouth shut a week after the incident.
Legal precedent for gagging a defendant to keep order in the court. I apologize for taking that action last week. My decision to end your outburst came after I had exhausted every other attempt to restore order to a hearing that you continuously impeded. Despite many warnings for you to stop your frequent and offensive outbursts, I believe it was over 60 interruptions in 54 minutes.
Sorry to interrupt the story, but if you're into true crime and want access to raw, uncensored footage, check out our Patreon, link in the description. While the judge was sorry for taping Williams' mouth, he insisted that the 24-year sentence he gave him was fair.
However, the sentence that I ordered, I believe, was even-handed and impartially imposed. Anything else you want to say?
Freedom of speech, no duct tape.
So I'm giving you an opportunity to speak. What would you like to say?
That's all I gotta say, Your Honor. Freedom of speech, no duct tape.
Williams had tried to turn that phrase into a hashtag as the image of a black man with his mouth taped shut hit a nerve, given the country's history of racial injustice. The story picked up steam, and Williams finally got another judge. Still, he kept going back to the same incident and asked for the lightest sentence possible.
I want the world to know I am not an animal. Contrary to what people may think, saying freedom of speech, no duct tape. Your Honor, I ask today, Your Honor, that I receive the lightest sentence that you can give me.
In the end, he got sentenced to 33 years in prison for a series of crimes, including armed robbery. The new judge had given him an even harsher sentence than the judge who taped his mouth.
And no, you're not an animal, Mr. Williams, you're a human being. But the question the court has to determine is whether or not you've learned from those mistakes.